Okay guys, so I'm going to show you today how we are going to look at quadrilateral problems on the coordinate plane. So the first thing that I'm going to do when I see this problem, well, of course I'm going to read it. Does coordinate A or coordinate B represent a greater number? So I see A is here and B is here. So the first thing that I actually want to do with this problem is that I want to draw my coordinate plane just so that I can kind of visualize it, right? So we have our y values and we have our x values here. So if that helps you, you can do that. If it doesn't, you don't have to. It just helps me to remember that, right? And then I know that because this is 0, 0. So that is my midpoint there. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to label all of my x's and my y's. So I'm going to put my x's, my y's. Remember that x's always come first. X and Y, X and Y, oops, X and Y. And so there's a rule here that we're gonna follow, and that means that when things are vertical, so when they are going up and down, they have the same X values. And you can actually see that being true here because here the X value is 0, and here the X value is 0 again. So up and down, same X values. And then also, if you're going horizontal, they have the same y values. And you can see that here. So we have our y value here is 0, and our y value here is 0. So that also proves true there. So if I'm trying to figure out what A and B are, I can actually follow those rules. So if it's vertical, they're going to have the exact same points. So I know if I'm looking for A here, because this one is vertical to it, it's going to have the exact same x value. So I know that A equals 6. And if I'm trying to figure out what the y value is of B, I know that it's going to be the same one as the horizontal one here. So I'm looking for the y value there, and that is going to be 4. So B equals 4. So going back to our question, does A or B represent a greater number? I know that A represents a greater number because it is 6 and B is 4.
Yeah, and this is a great point. I just want to make one further point. I think Jesse did an amazing job. One thing I want to add is this actually makes sense also. If you look at this point, this does look like 6, 0. 6 along the x, 0 on the y. And this also looks like 6, 4. You know, both x values, x and y values are positive, so it makes sense. That like technically makes sense on a coordinate plane. All right, guys, I'm going to keep that up there. I think that was pretty helpful. And now we're going to do another problem that is exactly the same, pretty much. Again, these quadrilaterals we're dealing with, these are exact squares or rectangles. Now it says you're graphing square ABCD. I remember squares all have the same length sides, exactly, and have 90-degree angles. In the coordinate plane, the following are 3 vertices of the square. A is -4, 7, B is 8, -7, and C is 8, -3. What are the coordinate points of D? The first thing I'm thinking is, what are they asking me? What's the big thing they're asking is, what's D? I want to find D. D has an X and a Y, and I'm going to put the X and the Y values there. So, again, to find D, just like what Jesse did, I have to find the horizontal Y value and the vertical X value. So, what do I need? I need point A and point C. I actually don't even need point point B. That's not even going to help me with the problem. So, I could just forget about it. Just
forget about
extra information. Yeah, forget about it. So I want to put C is 8, -3, which makes sense. 8 would probably be here. -3 would be there. And A is 4, -7. 4, -7. That would make 4 up here and -7 down here. So, again, I do the same thing Jesse did. If I'm looking at D's x value, I look I look up and down. I look vertically. So my x value is 4 down here, and like I wrote 4 over here, so that's going to be 4. And my y value, I look horizontally, left and right. My y value is not shifting up or down, it's just going left and right. I see that if I go all the way right, the c value has a y of -3. I have -3 there, -3. So my answer would be 4, -3. And I think in the scope of things, 4, -3 seems perfect, as I have this point here, this point here. That's it, guys.